Hey guys, welcome back to Titan Preparedness. Welcome back to another Gear Review Wednesday. Today's video is going to be on the SabotHeat battery operated heated gloves. Now you might be asking yourself, why would I need a pair of battery operated warm gloves? For 90% of the US, it gets chilly, it gets cold. You might live in New York, you might live in North Dakota, you might live in Colorado where it starts dropping down to the negative temperatures. Or you might live where I live in the South, where our cold is about 45 degrees. Either way, cold is cold. Now, when it gets cold outside, you start bundling up. You put your little hoodie on, you put your beanie on, you put your gloves on to go outside. But what happens if your car breaks down? What happens if you need to change a flat tire? What happens if you're stuck out in the snow? You at least need your hands to be warm enough, that way you can still operate. Now there are a lot of hand warmers out on the market. We're not going to go through them because there's a ton. But hand warmers aren't really that great. They're only useful if your hands are in your pocket. And if your hands are in your pocket, you can't change a tire. You can't jump off a vehicle. You can't help a buddy, neighbor, or friend. So this is the SabotHeat battery heated gloves. So let's open the box, talk about it for a little bit, pros, cons, and all that good stuff like we always do. First off, we got a charger, a wall wart charger with 2 heads on it, which we will discuss in a minute. A nice baggie. This is where you can store your gloves when you're not using them. Instruction manual and the gloves themselves. So these gloves are made from a genuine goat leather, which is going to keep them water resistant but not waterproof. They do use a carbon nanotube heating technology. So what that means is there's little tubes running throughout the entire glove. So when you hit the button and you turn it on, it's going to send heat everywhere. This does have a 3000 milliamp hour battery, can heat up in 3 seconds, and can last for a few hours. Inside of the glove, you see this little tag. Up underneath it is a little pouch. This is your battery compartment. This is your battery. So what you would do is you would take your battery charger, you would plug up the battery, and then you would plug this up to the wall. This does have a red and green light charging indicator, so when it's fully charged, it will turn green. So once your battery is fully charged, you grab the glove, you reach back inside this little compartment, you pull out this cord. This cord will plug the glove up to the battery, you stuff everything back inside of it. Then you zip it up, and now you have a fresh battery in your battery heated gloves. Now, when wearing these gloves, this is the battery compartment. It's not stabbing, it's not in the way. I can work, I can maneuver, and this is not in the way. It's at the very bottom, right where your wrist is. It's not a problem. You do have some grip on the palm and some grip on the thumb. The index finger does have the manual operation for a cell phone, so I can use my password, do whatever I need to do on it, right? So I can operate my cell phone with these gloves on using my index finger. You do have a nice little pull together, I don't know what to call this, is a strap. It gets it tighter. It's there. And down here is a little extra material to keep your wrist warm, also to kind of prevent water from getting on it and your battery operation. You also have a pull cord, which can be pulled and tightened. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't use your teeth, but I'm going to anyway. So now this glove is tight around my wrist. I can still move with the glove, I can still hold the glove, I can still operate with it. Now, the time duration on these gloves is based on the ambient temperature. If it's cold outside and you're putting a battery outside, it's not going to last as long if it's colder than if it was warmer outside. So I'm going to give you the maximum run time on each setting. There's 4 settings. So to turn these gloves on, you hold this button down for 1.5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, I can already start feeling heat. 3 seconds later, you have heated gloves. The top of my hand is very warm. The fingers are starting to get warm. The palm, not so much, but the entire glove is warm. So my palm is going to eventually feel that heat as well. Red. Red is 60 degrees Celsius and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to last for 3 to 4 hours. It says between 32 and 59 degrees. That is how long it will last in that temperature. To change settings, you simply press it. Purple is 55 degrees Celsius and 131 Fahrenheit. So it starts at the very highest and it works its way down. This is going to last for 4 to 5 hours. So you're getting less heat, but you're getting more runtime. Green. Green is 50 degrees Celsius and 122 degrees Fahrenheit. I can tell that temperature has dropped down. At red, my hand was basically on fire. Now it's at green. It's not terrible. It's not great because I'm in a heated room, but if I was outside hiking, camping, backpacking, this wouldn't be bad. It's not enough to feel your hand almost burning, but it's there. White, 45 degrees Celsius and 113. As of right now, I can feel it if I tighten up my fist, but if I let it go, I can tell that the heat's there. But again, it's not burning the back of my hand. It's not enough to make me want to take this glove off. When it was on the red setting, I was getting really tired of talking because my hand was burning. Not burning in a physical sense, but it was hot. So on the green setting, if you're at 32 to 55 degrees, you are looking at 5 to 6 hours. And on the white setting, 5 to 6 hours again in that same temperature. To turn it off, you hold it down for 1.5 seconds. You have enough grip that if you wanted to ride a snowboard, if you wanted to ride a motorcycle when it got a little bit chilly, you would be good. Like, I have no problem closing my hand, right? There's some gloves that I've worn that basically you're like this the entire time because you can't close your hand. They feel nice, they feel comfortable. Even without the heat setting on, my hand is nice and warm right now. You turn the heat setting on, yeah, it gets nice and toasty real quick. But as of right now, these are good. These would be good for me just as they were. You throw that heat setting on there, and let's say I'm working outside or the gloves get a little wet, I hit that button and in 3 seconds the gloves are heated. It doesn't matter if they're wet. It doesn't matter if they're a little damp. My hands are going to be warm. So, do I like them? Yes. Are they something that I would use on a normal daily basis? Probably not, because again, we don't get that cold of temperatures. But I was stationed in North Dakota. North Dakota gets freaking cold. Negative 40, negative 50, negative 60 degrees. And it stays that way for days on end, if not weeks on end. It is a miserable place to be in the wintertime. Would these have been handy up there when I was stationed up there? You bet your tail it would be. So, because they're nice and warm, because they have a heat setting, I'm good with them, right? They would have been a miracle, a godsend up there. Because the gloves that we had, the gloves that the military passes out, are not great. These are 1,000 times better. And they have a heat setting. So, yes, I do like them for that aspect. I do wish that they were like USB-C rechargeable instead of having to carry the wall wart. It'd be nice to have this pair of gloves in my bug out bag, in my get home bag, in my car survival kit, and that way in case, okay, I'm stranded in the snow or something, I can pull these out. Oh no, they're dead, no problem. I carry a portable power station or a portable little power bank for my cell phone. I could plug these up, I could charge, and then in an hour, hour and a half, I could have nice heated gloves. But instead, it uses the wall wart style charger. Again, not a problem as long as you can take them inside the house, charge them. Make sure you remember the battery, take the battery back out to where the gloves are, or make sure you remember the glove entirely. It's not a big deal, but it is something I would like to see changed in a future version of these. As far as ease of operations and understanding what you're getting, it's very simple. You press a single button. There is no combination. You press a button, which is easy to do even with the gloves on, and it turns on. You want to turn it off, you want to change settings, it's a simple press. Hold it down, and it's out. I'm wearing a glove. While using the glove, still simple. It's not that hard. Do I like them? yeah, I mean, again, they work. I can use my cell phone. I can use my entire hand. I can have them as a comfortable pair of riding gloves or a comfortable pair of, you know, maybe picking up firewood gloves when it's cold outside. If I need that extra heat, I press a single button, I hold it down for 1.5 seconds, and then if I want to change the settings, I simply tap it. Ease of operation is great. They're comfortable as all get out. They're pretty water resistant, not dunk proof, but pretty water resistant. They'd be great in cold weather. They'd be great in a vehicle survival kit, especially if you live in a cold environment. Not a fan of the red. It is what it is. You know, I'm indifferent to it, but it's there. I like them. Now, I will say one thing is price. These gloves are not cheap. They're about $100. I think at the time of this recording, they're $89 and some change. You add taxes, you add shipping. You're looking at $100 for a pair of gloves. I lived in a cold environment, so the price on a normal winter weather pair of gloves, not counting the battery operated heating system, just a basic pair of gloves like this, you're looking at $60, maybe even $70, maybe even $80, depending on which name brand you buy. So for an extra 10, maybe $15, you're getting a battery powered heater inside of your gloves that is very simple to use. Is it worth the $80? Is it worth the $90? If I lived in a colder environment, I would say absolutely yes. So again, these are the SabotHeat battery heated gloves. If you live in a warm environment, it might not be something you want to pick up. But if you live in a cold environment and you see 0 degrees on your thermometer at any point in time during the winter or anything below that, you might want to pick these up, because these can save your life. These can save your fingers from frostbite. These can make your life, your day, and the work that you have to do a whole lot easier, because now you can actually feel your hands when doing the job. So again, SabotHeat, the link will be in the description below. Go check them out. That's all I got for today's video. Hope y'all have a great day.